Melissa, thank you very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So you are now president and CEO of the Youngstown Better Business Bureau.
Yes.
So I guess coming into the position, what are your priorities?
Well, really, as we're experiencing new things in our marketplace, in our economy, and our number one goal, as always, is to help users of BBB, consumers and businesses, find that trusted organization. So no matter what you're doing, you're always looking for assistance. If you're a homeowner, you need a roofer, a plumber. If you're a business owner, maybe it's an accountant, maybe it's a lawyer. Whatever it is you need, you want to make sure that you're dealing with a trusted business. And that is our number one priority, to serve our community and helping them find that trusted entity for them.
So I guess any long-term or any immediate needs, any immediate changes or anything like that that you see that need addressed?
Well, right now, as we're coming out of COVID and everyone's coming back, our goal is to be, really see our businesses and our consumers face to face again. So we're going out, we're meeting with them, we're hearing what their needs are, seeing what their challenges are, just where we're coming from. Trust is everything, and you need a relationship to build that trust. And so throughout the year, we're going to be having different events. Our first event that we're having this year is our Torch Awards for Marketplace Trust. It's back. We're so excited to have it back, and we're honoring local businesses for their work within the community and working within trusted business practices.
So what are some of the issues that I guess your businesses and also as a result the consumers are dealing with? So I know everyone's dealing with supply chain issues, everyone's dealing with employment, it seems like. So I guess what are you hearing from businesses?
The number one complaint issue that businesses are struggling with is finding help, whether it's their employees who are looking to find another job, if it's just needing assistance. They're seeing more demand, and so they're trying to fulfill that demand. And this is something that we had heard even prior to the pandemic. So 2018, 2019, we're talking to our businesses. It's something that they were struggling with. We saw this being exacerbated because of the pandemic and the supply chain issues. And it's just a rocky economy right now.
So you're dealing with businesses and consumers. You're kind of in the middle of that relationship, trying to make sure that it's beneficial for both parties. So it's kind of anecdotal, but just in my own experience as a consumer, you can tell that a lot of businesses are struggling.
Yes.
Particularly, they don't have certain items, or they also don't have staff, and it requires a little bit more patience, which is not one of my strongest virtues. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, I'm like, I know what's going on, so let's all give them, cut them some slack. I guess how are you advising businesses to handle those challenges, and how can they make sure that they are still they're keeping those customers, they're still building a trusting relationship with the customers, even though they're struggling to provide them with services that in the past maybe they didn't struggle so much? Well,
communication is key. So whether you are a restaurant, whether you're providing a service, communicate with your customers. Let them know. Say, hey, we have to close the restaurant early today because we're short-staffed.
Right.
If you are providing a service to someone and you're having a hard time getting materials, we all understand that. But communicate that to your end user. Let them know. Fill them in. We've had these conversations with businesses who've had to actually adjust their communication techniques because of these supply chain issues and delays in getting products. Just keep your customer in the loop. If it's a long-term product, hey, you're expecting it 6-8 months out. The consumer understands that. They're aware of what's going on in the market.
Right.
But communicate that. Every couple weeks, send them an email, send them a phone call. Just let them know that, hey, you're here. We're still working on it, but you're having trouble getting the products you need to finish the service or job. And so as long as you keep them in the loop, people are so much more understanding.
Okay. I was going to say that because particularly like in the service industry or something like that, I think as long as somebody does almost say something up front to you, like, hey, we're a little bit short-staffed, or, a lot of our staff is brand new, then you go into it a little bit different, and I think you can kind of head off a lot of those problems.
Absolutely. That expectation level is so much different. I had to have some repair work done to my garage door. And, you know, the gentleman was like, oh, thank goodness we're able to save your garage door. He goes, because it's going to be 18 months to get you a new one. And so, you know, they were very upfront with their communication. They gave me options, and I know what to expect. And so really, no matter the industry you're in, you know, be ready to communicate that to your end user. And as a customer, let's just have a little grace, have a little understanding. We're all in the same boat. And so have a little compassion for what that business is going through at that moment.
I think the president and CEO of the business of the BBB would have been able to get a garage door. You know what I mean? You have some swing,
I don't expect that. I'm a consumer just like everyone else. And you know, I had wonderful service by a local accredited business.
Yeah, and yep, got it. Are you hearing anything from consumers also?
You know, consumers, what we're hearing is, as long as they're being kept in the loop, when someone is calling us because they're upset, it's because they have not been communicated to.
Sure.
And that is the number one issue is, hey, you know, I didn't get my garage door, I didn't get my windows, whatever it is. Just keep your customer in the loop. Let them know that this is something that you're experiencing. Just call them to say hi. Hey, I'm still here as your business. I haven't forgotten about you. But people get upset when they are putting a significant amount of money down and they're not hearing from their company. So again, every couple weeks, just, you know, send a text, send a phone call, send an email, let them know. Again, we're about building trust and building relationships, and communication's key.
Perhaps for a business who's just coming out of all this and the dust is settled and they're finally taking a look around, but they're not really familiar with the Better Business Bureau. Could you talk a little bit about the accreditation process, what it is, what it does for businesses, and maybe some of the services that you provide to local businesses?
Absolutely. So BBB accreditation, these are businesses that agree to adhere to the BBB standards for trust.
Right.
So no matter the industry, these are the very basic good business practices. Building trust, advertising honestly, being transparent, honoring the relationship between your customer and your employees, working with integrity, having privacy in place to protect your employees and your customers' personal information. So again, whether you're a home improvement industry, whether you're in the financial services industry, these are the very basic good business practices. And so people turn to the BBB because they realize this and they want to work with a trusted business. So BBB, we've been around for over 100 years. We have offices throughout the United States and Canada. Our particular office is Trumbull, Mahoning, and Columbiana counties. So no matter where you're at, there's a BBB that services you. So again, if you need, you know, that windstorm the other day, you need a new roofer, you can go to our website, bbb.org. Maybe you need some help with your taxes. Again, you can use bbb.org to find accredited businesses near you. So people want to become accredited businesses because they understand the value of these very good business practices and employing them in their business every day and with their employees and with their customers. And so everything we do is based on trust. Everything we do is based on relationships. And so as we go out into the community, we can say these are companies that you can trust no matter where you're doing business or what you're, you know, looking for.
Could you talk a little bit about the business profiles that you put on your BBB page? Because as I understand it, all businesses are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on our website, bbb.org, you can visit what we call BBB business profiles. So we have them for both accredited businesses, and accredited businesses are the companies that belong to our organization, and non-accredited businesses. So we have all kinds of information about that particular company, the ownership, how long they've been in business, their industries that they're in. If they've had any BBB complaints or customer reviews, you can take a look at that and see how the company has handled that. BBB accredited businesses have the ability to customize their business profile. They can add logos and videos. They can connect it to their own website, helping to increase their SEO as well. So a consumer is really getting a lot of information when they visit bbb.org. Again, no matter the company, as long as they're in our database, even if they're accredited or not, there is a profile there for you to take a look at. Last year, just on businesses in the Mahoning Valley, we had over 300 200,000 inquiries. So these
Okay.
are people who are looking and researching local businesses. People want to do business with someone that they trust. They are, you know, as a business owner, as a homeowner, you are inviting this business into your safe space. And so
Right.
they are looking at all different resources to make sure that they're dealing with a trusted business.
717 Credit Union. Business services designed to meet your daily needs. Commercial loans, business deposits, merchant and payroll services. 717 Credit Union. It's knowing you were treated right every time.